Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to do a quick instructional video on showing you how to fit a GTS grille like this to a G80, G81, G82 and G83, M3 and M4. So we're going to start with first removing this rubber here. Place that down. And then we've got these 1, 2, 3, 4 clips, 5, 6 clips to remove this thing, and then we can get to the T30 screws underneath there. So we'll do that. So that's off. Now we've got access to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 T30 screws, which we're going to take off next. Now that those are off, we can get the car higher and do all the screws underneath and then within the arch liners. Okay, so I'm going to start by removing all the 10mm screws. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that are holding it on here. So that is the same whether you've got this M Performance splitter on there or not. And then after that, we'll take the clips off, and I can also then show you which clips are there if you don't have a splitter on. Use a trim removal tool to take this out. That is not an OEM fitment. The OEM one is like a pin that goes into another part and then that gets pulled out, but that will give us access. Yeah. So if your car doesn't have a splitter fitted, you'll also have this clip and this clip here to remove, but then that also depends on which splitter you have fitted, because if you have an M Performance one, it's this way around, but if you have a CT design one, then it will still have the original clips in there, so you just remove them when you're doing the screws. And in total there are 3 on each side to remove. So now we're around the side, we've got 1, 2, 3 screws to remove here to be able to reach the 2 8mm here, and these 3 are 10mm screws. So we'll get them out and then we'll go for the 2 8mm that are holding the bumper on, and then I'll show you which connectors to disconnect on each side. You have to pull this plastic arch liner away, and then, don't know if you can see it on camera, there's this 8mm here. We'll get that out. And there's one more just behind it. That's what it looks like. These ones are black. A lot of the screws in here are silver, so that's a good way to figure out which one you need to take out. And then we can take this parking sensor clip off. So here we can push that with a trim tool. We'll unclip. There we go. This clip here we have to take off. That one there. This one you push from the top like that to squeeze it in here, and then this side is ready. Okay, so on this side there's more connectors. So there's this one for the ambient air temperature sensor, there's another one for parking sensor here, and there's another one here which looks like it has been off before, but this white thing would need to be pushed back in order to be able to unclip it. If your car does have active cruise control, then you will have another clip here. I don't remember if on the active cruise control ones the wiring loom stays on the bumper or whether it disconnects, but it's best to just disconnect it, but it will be just here and you can get your hand in there as well. So now we'll do the 2 8mm and then bumper is ready to come off. Well, first we take off the number plate. This one is glued on. Well, stuck on. So take that off and then remove these T20 Torx bits which hold the number plate holder on. Now we're moving on to removing the parking sensors, and this one has a camera, so we remove the camera wiring and then remove this grille and I'll show you how to get the other one in. You have to squeeze these, there we go, and then place it in, and that comes out, there, 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 there. Now, removing the grill is like quite tough because of all these clips, so I'm going to use a metal trim removal tool and just go around, work your way around, pry it bit by bit, and then you'll get there. So that's the old grill out. The difference with the new one is that that's going to be clipped in from the front, whereas this one clips in from the back. I'm just wiping the surface before I peel the tape on the grills and then stick it into place just before I secure it. So that's done, and then we'll line these up. So these, like I said, go in from the front, like that, a nice snug fit, and then we just have to secure them from the back. So we'll start on one and then move on to the other. So. That's how it looks. Okay, so now the grills are in, we're putting the front parking sensors in. They're in. We'll clip these in. I'm just going to use a bit of hot glue to hold these cables down because this grill doesn't have the clips. So we're going to reverse the steps that we did beforehand, but we're going to start with the 2 8mm here to hold the bumper in the right place, and then we can start lining it up here and doing up the bottom screws of the splitter. So I've decided to replace these with plastic rivets because it didn't have the correct clips in here. So we're just putting these in, which are a BMW part anyway, and that'll hold it nicely in there. Now we need to put these T30 screws back in, but we're not going to do them tight because we might need to adjust the bumper forward and back, but I'll try to get them in the same place as they were, and then I can go from there. So the two slightly smaller ones, you see here, they go on the outsides, and the wider ones go on the insides. So now I'll try shutting the bonnet, seeing how it lines up. Make sure that the gap is good. There you go. So it's like that. So now I can open the bonnet and tighten those up. Next thing is we're replacing this plastic, and then it will be this rubber trim. I'll just leave that there. Get all the clips. Okay. That's all done. Miles is just finishing the badge. So let's close this up. And that's how it looks. So that's the grill all fitted up. It is a bumper off job, just like all of the G80 grills. The difference with the OEM and the CSL ones is that this one fits in from the front, and then you just have to secure it from the back. But as you can see, it looks unbelievable. And this style is kind of inspired by the GT4 cars that BMW make, the proper wide body carbon fiber ones. So that's the inspiration for this grill. And let us know what you think. We'll also leave a link in the description to all of our G80, G81, G82 and G83 products in the description below.